Welcome to the Share Chair podcast, where we tell each other stories and learn from listening.
Dominic Molotky, welcome to the Share Chair podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. So next week is lacrosse season, and it's still snowing. So let's hope that we don't have to shovel the fields, because I'd be in on that too. I'd have to be shoveling.
Suck.
Yeah, it
That's
will.
gonna really suck.
But as a senior, you've been on varsity for 3 years?
Yeah.
4 years? 3?
3.
Okay. So obviously a lot of leadership comes with senior year. What are you predicting for the team? Let's start with the team and then, what you're predicting for yourself from this year.
Team, I'd probably say definitely a huge year
Mm-hmm.
because we have, I want to say, 14 seniors who
Oh my
we've
goodness.
been together since the 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this core group, and in the 8th grade we went undefeated. I think 12-0. We won Lighthouse, swept everyone pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this core team, senior year also. So we're gonna have like a ton of energy going through this.
Yeah. I've heard that you committed to Ithaca. Congrats.
Oh, thank you.
When was that? When did you commit?
It was over the summer. I think it's early June,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm recalling correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But went to some visits out there. I was in contact with the coach after our first summer tournament because he was there and he saw me play. Had a pretty good game, thankfully.
Thank God.
And then,
It's helpful when they're watching.
yeah, sent me an email, and he was like really cool about it. He knew that there's obviously a lot of stuff going on with being recruited, so he didn't even say that I needed to come to a prospect camp because he already saw like enough of me. He saw my spring highlights. He saw me play in that tournament. Like he kind of knew what he was getting, I guess.
Yeah.
So I was in contact with him, and then I went on my first visit there. Instantly loved the school.
Really?
It's like,
Was it that cliche feeling like when you walk onto a college campus
I
and
mean,
you're like, this is right?
yeah,
like, this is
I mean,
right.
it kind of was. And what's cool? It's like obviously it's in New York, 9.5 hours away, but
Like upstate New York?
yeah, it's upstate
Okay.
New York. So, they have like this downtown area, and just picture Grand Haven,
Mm-hmm.
but make it like 3 times bigger, still on the lake, and that's exactly what it is.
Oh, wow.
So,
Like a really, like a rural town, but still
Yeah.
like lively, not middle of
yeah,
nowhere.
and it's also like a new town too. Like,
Is
there's-
it on Lake Erie then, or is it?
No, they have the thing's called. I'm not like too knowledgeable
Right.
about it, but they're called the Finger
Lakes,
Finger
yeah.
Lakes,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
And
okay.
it's 5 lakes that are just go along there.
With being committed to a college, you have to be like, you have to apply still, right?
Oh, I already got accepted.
Okay,
and
good.
Did all that.
Wouldn't it be
thankfully.
funny if like you just didn't
Yeah.
get in?
Well, yeah, I think sometimes oftentimes they'll look for your transcripts and things as part of the recruiting process, just to make sure that you're eligible to be a student at that school. So
Yeah, one of the schools I'm not trying to flex. It was an
Yeah.
Ivy League. It was an
Ivy
Ivy
League,
school.
yeah.
And they said, Dom, we want you on the team. You have a spot on the team. You have to just get into the school.
Oh.
And I was not even
Yeah.
close to what they needed.
which could be said of the vast majority of
No, yeah.
American kids. So what will you study then, Dom, when you're at Ithaca? Like, do you have an idea what you might major in, or?
Still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
They say it's best to be like open-minded
Right.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, freshman year especially, because
Yeah.
you'll have a lot of gen ed and
Yeah.
just being a student athlete, just getting used to the rigor of all of that. But
So, let's see. How many days till we graduate? 72? I think 72 days until we
I
graduate.
don't know,
What do
I
you...
don't know how many days there are until the weekend.
Yeah, what day is it?
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts as you're leaving senior year? Like, what are you focusing on in this last trimester? It's our last trimester, like, ever. We've done, let's see,
Yeah.
3, 6, 9, 12 trimesters. Oh, we've done 11.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah. Like, academic-wise, are you Are you staying focused? Because I'm
The
sure
senior-
not. It's hard.
I will say the senioritis, it's a true thing.
Mm-hmm. I remember being a freshman and thinking like, oh, like those seniors are just lazy. Like
Yeah.
I will never get senioritis
Yeah.
ever. But nope, it's real. Freshman, you are going to get senioritis.
I mean, going from trying really hard and then to this year,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a difference. But I mean, I'm still trying hard enough to where I'm getting the grades that I
You need.
still find acceptable for my
Yeah.
standards.
Yeah.
Did you find, after you had signed on the dotted line, did you feel like there was less pressure or less of a commitment to school?
No, not at all. Because at that time of signing, also especially, I was still figuring out more and more scholarships I can get from Ithaca.
Mm.
So definitely then, I was like, okay.
The pressure's still on.
Yeah.
To like.
But I mean, ending this trimester, I'd say the pressure is definitely slowing down quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So.
When did you, this might be a good question for both of you, like when did you first pick up the lacrosse stick and decide, I mean, it's probably the fastest growing sport in our area and has become wildly popular. When did you pick it up?
Would you like to start, or should I start?
I will. I started the first year that the girls program began. So 5th grade.
You were 5th grade?
Yep, we had a 5th grade through 8th grade team.
Yep.
We were wildly horrible. Like none of us had played before. I mean, no one knew the rules. I think our record was bad, but I had fun. I came back the next
You came
year.
back.
Yeah, and 7 years later, I'm still here.
You're still here,
Yeah.
and you're a leader on the team, and
Mm-hmm.
the team itself, the program is starting to compete.
It is.
So,
Yeah. How about you, Don?
Yeah, I mean, I started in 4th grade.
okay.
Ooh.
The program, I think, was already like 2 years old, maybe.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
So the boys program was a thing before the girls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Started in 4th grade. Wanted to do a sport other than baseball.
You played baseball?
I hated that sport. I hated it so much.
No way.
Sorry, baseball lovers out there. I hated
Were you
playing.
at like the soft pitch or were you on the tee still?
No, I
or-
loved it. No, okay, so I was really good at machine pitch.
Okay.
Because it went exactly where you wanted it every
Every
time.
time.
And then
That was gonna
that
go.
Yeah.
was like going into
4th or 5th?
2nd grade.
Oh, okay.
Machine pitch was like 2nd grade. Then 3rd grade, that was when people actually started pitching. And then in my first game, I got drilled in the leg with a pitch. It was probably like 30 miles per hour, but still, it still hurt my leg. And I was like, okay,
This is not for me.
Yeah, I need to find something else.
So you played hockey through your freshman year, or
Yeah.
what's your hockey story? When did you start?
Started playing hockey. I learned to skate when I was like 3,
Aw.
really, really young.
I feel like you talk to like professional hockey players. They all start when they're like,
Yeah.
as soon as they could walk, they're on skates.
Yeah, so I started playing skating when I was like 3. Didn't like skating. Said, Dad, I want to quit. My dad said, after this year, you'll end up playing hockey. I was like, okay, cool. I'll just struggle through this year and then I'll play hockey. Played hockey all the way up until, I'd say, 7th grade. I took it really seriously up until 7th grade with a lot of AAA stuff, traveling everywhere, practice pretty much every day.
Hockey is a big commitment. It's a lot of time, a lot of travel.
It's insane. And in like 7th grade, I was like, okay. I started picking up lacrosse more and more, started liking that a lot, and I was like, okay, I need more time for lax because I kind of want to take this sport more seriously.
If you had a piece of advice to give to anyone, what would it be?
Enjoy it while it lasts because time flies,
Yeah.
and I don't understand how we're seniors.
I don't get it either. I remember being in like 5th or 6th grade, like, yeah, senior year is just never gonna happen.
Yeah.
We'll just,
And now
we
we're
don't have to
here.
worry
You know,
about it.
Now
We'll
we're
never
here,
get there.
That's nuts.
It's fun
Yeah.
for me as a teacher who has seniors every year. It's like Groundhog Day where I watch the same sort of, and it's fun to watch you guys get to this point where, from this point forward, everything's going to be the last. It's
Yeah.
going to be the last musical, last prom.
Tomorrow's my last conditioning
last
ever.
conditioning.
Yeah.
And so you start. There'll come a time when even when like the AP tests are coming, you'll just sit around and tell stories with your friends, like in class. Like remember in third grade when and it'll start. I'm sure it is now, but it starts to sink in, and it's fun to be an outsider and watch that, and then you go through, and all of a sudden it's graduation day, and you're like,
Crazy.
What do I do now?
Yeah,
It's fun.
exactly. Thank you, Dom. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's good,
for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff, Dom.